my name is Heather. I am 27 years old. This is Penny. And today I want to chat with you a little bit about Kangen Water, mainly my personal experience with it, and maybe it will help give you a little bit more insight if you're curious about it, if you've heard about it before but you're not really sure what it entails, or maybe you have similar issues that I had, and the water would be a good fit for you, your home, and your family. So first things first, people always ask me, so how'd you hear about it? I mean, because most of the time the people that I've even spoken to have never heard of it. I mean, I didn't hear about it until a friend of mine actually approached me with it because I was limping up the stairs in my apartment at the time. I was going through injury rehab, I guess I can call it that. I hurt my hip running last summer. I was doing long miles, like 10 to 12 miles, going from Sunset Beach to the pier in Huntington and back, and then like small runs, like 5 to 6 miles in between. And I noticed one day that my hip was really, in a lot of pain. But it's not new. I mean, I've dealt with that before, so I didn't think much of it. I know how to handle that kind of injury, basically. I've been to a physical therapist before. I've also done different type of exercises, stretches. I've been to a massage therapist. So I knew how to handle it. But the problem with that injury is that the pain moved around from the side of my hip to the front to like the middle of my right quad. And then it would also be in the back side of my hip. Like it was constantly moving, and it made it really uncomfortable to a point where walking normal hurt a lot, so I had to limp. I had to put a lot of my weight to my left hip and leg. And I was really concerned that doing that would cause the injury to move from my right hip to my left hip, and trying to rehab that to just get back into the groove of running again, because I was at my peak at the time. I was running really high miles really fast. It's depressing. It really made the whole rehab process kind of hard to deal with. So yeah, at that time I was taking Herbalife, I took joint support, I drank as much water as possible, I did physical therapy exercises, I also did running stretches very gently. I chit-chatted with a couple of my friends who had a similar injury at the time, or previously basically, and asked them how they were able to cope with it and to rehab their hip. The problem with me is that in the beginning of the day, in the morning, it would be the strongest, and then near the end of the day, it would dwindle a little bit, so it's more bearable. It didn't feel like a shocking shooting pain in my leg, but the following morning when I wake up was the hardest. I had to roll out of bed a couple times. It's basically getting myself used to the pain and then going about my day. It's really hard to describe how much I hated it and how painful it was. So the day that my friend suggested trying Kangen Water, I didn't really think much of it. I thought, well, I know I need to drink water, and I really am kind of tired of paying for it because my roommate and I at the time would buy like bottled water from Target because it's like $5 for a case. Not bad. And I also used a water bottle too, since it was just cheaper that way as well. But I just got sick of cleaning it over and over. So yeah, I tried it out. I didn't think much of it at first. I noticed it did taste a little bit better. It was very lighter. It was much lighter to taste. It didn't have that metallic plastic taste that bottled water has. And I also noticed that when I mixed it with the tea that I drank like Herbalife tea. It was concentrated. I got the jolt of energy really quickly. So that was kind of interesting. Usually it takes like maybe 5 minutes for it to hit me, and then that was almost like instantly. So that was really cool. And well, but the kicker with that whole situation was actually the seventh day. I woke up one morning on the seventh day because I was parched. I was really thirsty. And I went to the kitchen to get a glass of water. I didn't have a machine at the time. I just had gallons that my friend would give me. And I kind of stood there for a moment wondering what just happened, because I literally went from my room walking to the kitchen, and I walked completely normal. Like I didn't sit there and cringe at any pain. I didn't have any pain. That was the weird part. Day 1, I was limping around. Day 7, I was not. Like I stood there in my kitchen thinking, what just happened? And I was a little bit too afraid to run to test it out because I did that one time and basically backtracked my progress when I thought I was okay. So I took another 3 weeks to just drink the water every day very consistently, eat clean, all that good stuff. And then I ran 7 miles my first day back, pain free. 7 miles is a lot. Coming back onto an injury, I mean, it was phenomenal. I was surprised how quickly my body rehabbed or basically healed itself just by changing the quality of the water that I drank. I didn't change anything else. I noticed, well, I got kind of lazy. I didn't do any physical therapy exercises or anything. That just took a little bit too much time, or, yeah, like I said, I was lazy. But the water was really effective. I was really impressed. So from that point, I was thinking, I'm getting older. I'm 27. I'm not healing as quickly as I did when I was 19 or 18. I mean, typically injuries with me last about 2 minutes, not 2 minutes, 2 to 3, 4 days maximum. But lasting almost 2 months really, tripped me out a little bit because that doesn't typically happen. And knowing that running, especially when you're doing high miles, can be a very high injury sport because of your joints. I noticed that, since my hip took longer to heal, I want to be able to run until I get old. So that's what hit me, that I needed the machine. That's the only reason why I bought it, because I thought, I want to run as long as I can. I don't want to experience this kind of injury again. And yeah, so I bought the unit, I bought the SD501, and then I also noticed a couple other things as the months rolled by that I didn't really anticipate. I mean, I was told that like the different types of waters can be used for your skin, and I had really bad, bumpy acne skin. It wasn't like the red bumps all over your face. It looked more like braille, like you could read my face if you were blind. And I also had cystic acne in certain areas, especially under my neck and under my chin and stuff. So I tried the 2.5 water, which kills 99% bacteria. I would spray that on my face, actually put them in like little tiny bottles like this from Target. And I would spray that on my face, let it dry, spray the 11.5 on my face, let it dry, and then the 6.0, which is slightly more alkaline than your skin, which is 5.5 pH. And I noticed that the acne and the bumps would go away very quickly. I had to do it very consistently in the morning and at night, and then I would spray the 6.0 on throughout the day. It all dries very quickly, so it wasn't a hassle to do. And I noticed the results were very fast. My skin would clear up really quickly, and even like it was really cool because like I haven't had clear skin since I was in high school. Throughout college, throughout just living out here in California, I've always had really, like, I guess, rough looking skin. I'm really good at putting on makeup, so you can't really tell, but I'll show you like some pictures of my before. I don't know about you, but this is what acne looks like on my face. I get a bunch of little white bumps that cluster together and give my skin this really bumpy texture. And then you can kind of see how it's like really smoothed out now. You can't even tell. It's amazing. It's so great. Another experience that I actually had with the water was kind of a surprise. I didn't expect this. I just noticed this over a span of like 6+ months, and it actually is relative to what I do outside of Enagic. I'm a professional balloon twister. I've done it for over 10 years, and I prior to drinking the water, I was only able to do gigs on the weekends. 2 to 4 hours. That's it. Because after 4 hours, my hands can't handle it. It cramps up so quickly that it's almost painful to twist. And ever since I've been drinking the water, I noticed that I just was really surprised. I twist over 20+ hours a week now, and I'm getting faster by the end of the night. I don't get slow. I pick up the speed. And there's no pain, there's no cramping of my joints or my hands. And whenever I twist, if you've ever seen any of I think I only have like 2 videos, so you can see how I do it. It's really, really fast motions. Like I'm basically doing this for like 3 to 4 hours, and it's really intense. That's basically what I'm known for. I do that, but I do it significantly fast. So yeah, I mean, as a twister, as a previous graphic designer, having my hand on a mouse, cramping up like this all the time, it was really phenomenal how the motor skills in my hands went from really slow and very hard to like move to really fast, almost as fast as my left hand again. And it's really awesome because I need my right hand for work.